something new, and it's the first organic chemistry demo. So you are okay, so this is your first demo and the last demo of the organic lab, right? Your course number is CAM 503, right? You can note down course number 503, right? This is your lab's course number, which you are supposed to write it down when you are attempting your examination examination forms, when you are filling your examination forms, and when you are attempting your paper, right? Theory paper, lab exams. So the total marks for your this laboratory is 100, right? For BS students and for MSc, is there any MSc students? No. There's no MSc. So it's 100 marks overall, right? And I'm going to, I have my own way of evaluation. Evaluation means to distribute the marks into different parts. Now what are those different parts? 10 marks, the total marks are 100. 10 marks are for your journal. 10 marks is for your attendance. 30 to 40 marks are for your daily performance. Now what is this daily performance? Daily performance is something which you will do in the lab. Whatever activity you are going to do, the way you are going to work in the laboratory is called daily performance. And it's not on daily business. Right now you have 2 or 3 terms. I don't know how many times you are going to be in the lab. Twice, thrice, something like that. So you will call that presence of yourself as a daily performance. That is called daily performance, right? And what I am going to expect from you in the daily performance, how you are going to work. First of all, how punctual you are, right? How punctual you are, that means your lab timings are at about, I think, 4 o'clock, 4:30, 4 o'clock. So you are supposed to, and if you have no other class, you can, switch over, right? You can inform me before and we can arrange the time and the lab. So the daily performance includes the way you are dressed up. That means you are whether in the lab uniform or not, right? That means you are wearing a lab coat or not. The daily performance, it covers up that whether you have your scheme with you, the scheme that is being given to you for all the practical work you are supposed to be complete in this semester, right? Your scheme is supposed to be with you when you are entering into this lab. Okay, next time, that is the next time when you come. And what are other things daily performance covers is how you are going to work in the lab. Now there are many things people try to do. Now some students are very good, so what do they do? They are holding all the glassware and they are performing all the experiment all by themselves, right? They are not letting others, the other students who are standing right or left to them, they are not letting them use or touch that glassware. Okay, so I don't want that thing. You are supposed to switch over every time you are working in the lab, right? Because now this is a one group. Again, you will be subdivided into different groups. You are going to be working in different groups. So every group has one prominent leader who is working. So I don't want that prominent leader every time they're performing the experiment. I want everyone to try and do the experiment. And if you are not obeying, that means you are not at all, fulfilling the criteria that is needed for, that is suitable for, that comes under the category of daily performance. That means you are not obeying and your marks will be deducted. And the major part is of your 100 marks is your daily performance. It consists of 30 to 35 marks, right? So it has a major portion. That means it covers whether you are in the lab or not. You are absent, that means 0. 0 for that day, right? If you have no journal, you are coming without the chemistry journal, you will not be permitted inside the lab. If you have no lab coat, you will not be permitted in the lab. And if you are coming late, very late, that means 10 minutes past the time, you will be allowed inside the lab. If you are 10 minutes late, I won't allow you inside. keep these things in your mind, because it's the same rules I'm applying for the morning groups. I'm also taking the morning group. You can see my name in the morning sessions also. So be careful about the punctuality, about the regularity, about the way you are dressed up, about the way you are handling the glasswares and the chemicals that are being provided to you, and the way you are performing in the lab, right? This covers everything. You are supposed to obey the lab rules. You are supposed to obey the lab assistant. Lab assistant is Mr. Payroll. He just came in. He is a very, senior lab assistant. So please try to obey him. I hope so. You know him, because you might have seen. You might be having You've been attending the labs before, so you must be knowing him. He is a lab assistant since many years. So I expect you people to respect him as the way you respect me. Okay. And what else I want to say? I forgot my scheme inside my office. It's lying there. Anybody of you has this organic chemistry scheme? आप में से किसी के पास है scheme? देखो, check करो please if you have. So check it out. So you have an organic chemistry scheme, right? It is available on the photocopy man. It is lying with him. You can get it from even the library, right? It's lying there, and it has 20-25 pages in it, right? Now what we are going to do? Okay, if it's in your mobile, no problem. What is the main heading you are going to do in this lab this time? Now, what is the title of your work? You can say, So your title is, you are going to explore, you are going to find out, you are going to identify organic compounds. Different prepared organic compounds by different scientists. Different scientists in past times, different scientists have prepared many compounds which are very renowned, right? Which are very known to us. So what you are going to do, you are going to explore them, you are going to find out them, you are going to identify them, that whether the compound given to you is the same compound or not. You are going to identify it. You are not going to prepare it. This is not in your semester. This is not in your course to synthesize the compound in the first semester. When you will jump into the next semester, you are going to synthesize the compounds. You will prepare the compounds. I will make you that much, you will have that much expertise that you will be able to synthesize an organic compound, right? But right now, we are going to hand over you the compounds that are already being prepared by renowned scientists. Like, for example, your heading is identification of known and unknown organic compounds. That means, what does that mean? Known, unknown. Can anyone tell me? What do you mean by known?
The compound whose name we already know.
Okay.
And the compound whose name is unknown and we don't know the name. Might be the teacher knows the name and the students didn't. That compound is known as the unknown compound for us.
Very nice. The way you replied it, I really appreciate it. It covers everything. आपको पता लगा इन्होंने क्या बताया? Can you repeat it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What is the difference between a known and an unknown compound?
A known compound means extended compound जिसका नाम पता हो और उसके जो other properties हमें पता हो, और unknown वो जो हमें identify करना हो.
Other properties. What comes under the category of other properties? Can you tell me? Other properties कौन सी पता होनी चाहिए उसके बारे में? Known, unknown, whether, whatsoever. What do you mean by other properties? Can you tell me? I'm asking him, not you. Yes? Next. Okay, and others? There are many still others. Yes, you? No? Next.
Chemical physical properties.
Yeah, that comes under the category.
Their structure. About their
Structure, molecular structure, right? Okay. Definitely. Okay, I will tell you. Yes, you are very much right. You are very much accurate. I'm very happy that you know it. That's good. Who taught you in your BS Part 2? The organic chemistry labs? Alina Master. Okay. So, yes. These all things comes under this category of what I just asked you. So, now what happens that when you are giving a powder in your hand, I'm going to give you, I will hand over you a powder. Maybe it would be whitish in color, maybe it would be off-white in color, maybe it would be black in color, maybe it's a powder or it's in a liquid form, right? Do you know the organic compounds has two names, the organic compounds and the organic solids and organic solvents. We call them organic compounds. Both comes under the category of one word called organic compounds. So if somebody says an organic compound, that means he can be saying about a solvent, he can be assuming it as a solid. So I can hand over you a solid and without letting you know the name, I can give you a liquid, right? A solvent. And I will ask you, just tell me about it. How you are going to find out? You just have that powder or that solvent in your hand. Now what you are going to do? Nothing. You need some sort of a, tests. You have to go through few tests so that you can have some data from that. You can get some data from that. So what you are going to do, you have a scheme of organic chemistry, right? It has got, all the details in it. The first 3 pages are for the lab instructions, for the safety precautions you are supposed to take when you are entering into the organic chemistry lab, because it's no more BS Part 2 lab, it's BS Part 3 and MSc Final lab. So, the things become a little bit more advanced. The chemicals you used to work with there were a bit different. They were maybe in some diluted forms. Now you are going to handle everything, you have the concentrated as well as the diluted. Both the forms are there. So you are supposed to be very, cautious when you are dealing with the organic compounds or organic solvents or organic liquid, right? Because a solvent or a solid. Because why? Because organic solvents, especially, they are very volatile in nature. They have the volatility, right? They just skip out from the bottle in seconds, in microseconds, right? They escape, their vapors escape, they are volatile, right? The molecules are hitting together so aggressively, that's why the molecules of the volatile solvents, what happens? The molecules are hitting each other and producing, the vibrations. The vibrations are very strong, and what happens? With the result of that, they are volatile in nature. They can escape the bottle easily. So it is always said that never inhale an organic solvents bottle. Just open the bottle and inhale. No, never do that. Never do that. Just inhale. Just if you want to test its odor, its smell, a little bit far from your nose, right? Not very close, because they are extremely pungent. They can irritate you. They can if you inhale them, they can cause you many problems, right? So you need to be a bit careful, and those all details are written on the first 2 or 3 pages of the scheme, right? So go through all those 3 pages. You have now time: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. You have many days between. In these days, what you are going to do? You are going to buy a journal. You are going to buy the scheme. You are going to buy the apron, right? You are going to buy a matchbox and a duster. Duster means a small napkin. जगह जगह मिल रहे हैं ये जो होते हैं, I mean flannel के जो होते हैं कपड़े, वो you can buy that also, or any cotton cloth you can take, and these things should be in your pocket. Matchbox and duster should be in your pocket when you come. Only once or twice you have to come, so just bring these things. Why? Because these things are not available here. That's why I'm asking you. In matchbox के लिए people are just roaming in the whole laboratory and a whole chemistry department begging for a matchbox, so this looks a little bit awkward. Have a matchbox so that you can start your burner at any time you like, right? So now what happens? You will be assigned in this semester to identify the organic compound, right? And they are giving you the way how to identify it through a series of steps. There are 4 steps in which you are going to find out or identify the organic compound, right? What are those 4 steps? First step is the preliminary examination of the organic compound. That means preliminary means the very initial examination. What we are doing right now? We are right now in the state of a preliminary examination. अभी हम क्या कर रहे हैं? ये भी वही चीज़ है. This is the same thing because you people never knew me, I never knew you people. So we are in the process of identifying each other, right? Now you know your teacher's name. You know how she looks like, right? You can identify your teacher from very far. Yes, she's our teacher, right? But before today, you never knew, right? So you just know the name of the teacher. So in this same sense, when you will be provided the organic compound, an unknown organic compound, you won't be knowing its name. So by going through different series of steps, you will come to know the properties it holds, the functional groups that are attached to that particular organic compound, and the different elements besides carbon and hydrogen, different elements that are present there. So these things. You people are all coughing. Excuse me. What happened? Huh? Are you people vaccinated? वैक्सीन हुई भी है सबकी? कोविड वैक्सीन? दोनों शॉट्स लगे हैं? तीसरा नहीं लगवाया? Go for the third one also. हमें तो थर्ड भी लगवाया है भाई. Booster, go for the boosters also. यहाँ लग रहे हैं lumps में. क्या नहीं लगवाए? Your mobiles should be silent when you are in the lab. Okay, so I forgot. I switched to other things. I was telling you about the marks. I went to another side. Well, the marks are 100 and 10 marks is for your journal, 10 are for attendance, 30 to 35 for daily performance, and the rest of the marks are for your table viva, which I am going to conduct when you are performing the experiment. That is 4 to 5 marks, and then your test marks, the marks which you are going to get on your exam day, right? The rest of the marks are for your exam day. So that means very little part on the exam day. The rest of the whole large part is for the whole semester. So what does that mean? That means I'm not going to judge you on the examination day only. No. You've been under the monitoring since whole semester. I will see you whether you are present, whether you were not present, whether your journal is complete or not, whether you were in the proper uniform, whether you were working properly in the lab, whether you were involved in the experimental process, whether you understood it, whether you did it or not. This all comes, this portion, large whole portion will be covered. Only 20 to 25 marks will be left for the exam day. So if by chance, कभी-कभी होता है ना, उस दिन पे बच्चा बीमार हो जाता है. Sometimes the kid gets unwell, so he will not lose many marks. ये इसलिए भी आपके फायदे में जाता है. This goes under your, it's for you, it's beneficial for you. It goes in your favor again. If the child, God forbidden, is not well, if he is unable to come or any other emergency just appeared, so that person is not there, आपके बाकी marks would help you out in getting, good results. What sort of marks you've been given by the teacher, right? वो हम पहले से note कर चुके होते हैं. This is my way of evaluation, right? That was evaluation. So let's jump to the identification. I was telling you about the first step to identify the preliminary examination. Now, preliminary examination has got many steps. First step is the state the compound is in, whether it is in the solid state, in the liquid state, or whatever, right? You will note it down and you will check your compound, what state it is in, and then you will write it down on the journal. Now, why I am stressing over again that bring your journals, because you are going to work directly on the journals. You are not going to record your data on your, these rough registers first. No, this is not good. See, this thing I don't want. How much of the part they missed? Why? Because they missed a lot, right? But now the video is there, they can catch what they have, missed, right? So, okay. The second thing is your color of the compound. It comes under the category of preliminary examination. What is the color of your compound? You will write down the color. And there are options given that these compounds have this color. This could be one of these compounds. It has. If I would have been having the scheme, I could have shown you, but I will show you when I will come next time. And the third thing comes the order. Third is your order. Odor means the smell. You will simply hold the compound and you will see that what odor it has. Some have very irritating odor like chloro compounds. Some have some bitter almond, karve badamo jaisa smell होता है. These are the vanillyite compounds, right? Some have fishy smells, gandi si, ajeeb si smell. That is, amines mostly have such smell. So they have given the option that maybe these are the compounds. Why girls are so late? आपको पता नहीं था? आ जाओ जल्दी आओ, come in. Hurry up. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. So this is preliminary examination I was explaining. Okay. Third step, then the fourth is your pH of the compound. pH means power of hydrogen ion concentration. Then how much hydrogen ion concentration is there? वो आप कैसे पता लगाएंगे? How you are going to find out that? From the litmus test, right? You have a blue litmus paper that will, if your compound is basic, what color it will give? Blue turns to red, that means your compound is acidic, and red turns to blue, that means your compound is basic. So you will do the litmus test. How you will do it, I will explain you on that particular day when you will be having your schemes with you, and you can easily match whatever I am saying and what you have in your schemes. आप उसको match कर सकोगे easily, right? Then you have जो देखें मुझे याद है वो मैं आपको बता रही हूँ. Okay, you have the ignition test. Okay, you have the ignition test. What you are going to do? Ignition test tells you about the aromatic or aliphatic nature of the compound, right? Whether your compound is an aromatic compound, whether it is an aliphatic compound. Now what happens, you will use a spatula, you will do it directly with a spatula. Metallic spatula will be given to you. You will hold the compound on the tip of the metallic spatula and you are going to burn over the flame. This is the flame. For example, you are going to, and this is the spatula, you are going to burn it directly over the flame. And then you will see that what type of fumes are coming. Whether they are white fumes, that means it is aliphatic. If our black soot is coming, that means it's aromatic. Black जो धुआं निकलता है उसको हम फ्यूम नहीं कहते, उसको हम कहते हैं soot, 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 and that confirms that that your compound is an aromatic compound, right? इस तरह से ignition test होता है आपका. उसके बाद आता है then the next thing which is very important in identify any organic compound is the solubility test. You are going to find out whether in which solvents your compound is soluble in. So because you have been given a powder, so you don't know the solubility of your organic compound, that in which solvents it is soluble in. So in the test tube, you are going to take a few granules of your compound and you are going to add 1 to 2 ml of the solvents. Which solvents? You will start from distilled water. What are organic solvents? Number 1, ethanol, methanol series, right? These are all available here. Then we always start from distilled water. First of all, you will check your solubility in the distilled water. Then you will discard it. Then you will check the solubility in ethanols, methanol, whatever is available, ethyl alcohol, methyl alcohol. Then you will jump to other organic solvents like benzene, like toluene, like cyclohexane, and many others. Right? In this way, you will check the solubility of your organic compound. And then finally, you will check it in the acid or in a base, whether it's acidic or basic, right? So you will check it in that sense. And then second step is your detection of elements. You will detect that besides, it's an organic compound, so it has got carbon and hydrogen. A lot of carbons, a lot of hydrogens are already there. Besides these two, what other elements are there? So you are going to find out whether the nitrogen is there, whether sulfur is there, whether halogens are there, right? So you are going to perform the test for that. But for that, you are going to prepare an extract called sodium extract. You will prepare a sodium extract and then you will perform these 3 tests. Test for nitrogen, test for sulfur, test for halogens, right? Then the third step is your classification test. Doctor, what is classification test? You are going to find out classification test in which you are going to find out which functional groups are present in your organic compound, right? You have been given an organic compound. Now functional groups, what is a functional group? It is the most reactive part of an organic compound. That means hydroxyl group, carboxylic group, aldehyde group, amines. These are all the functional groups. So you will do the tests required. Tests are given here to identify the different functional groups, right? So you will simply check one by one in which functional group your compound is giving what type of a result. So you what test your compound is giving what result, and does it match with your findings? So that particular functional group is present there, because you don't know about the compound. That's why you are going through all the tests one by one and you are getting the data, right? How you are getting the data? You got data from the preliminary examination, you got data from detection of elements. Now you know what elements are there. Then the third step is you did your classification test. Now you know which functional groups are there. So this all comes under the category of the one word called data. You have the data. Now the fourth step is melting or boiling point. If it's a solid, you are going to record the melting point. If it's a liquid, you are going to record the boiling point. And it's the same classic method you are going to do it, which you have done in your BS part 2. By capillary tube, you will fill the compound, and in the paraffin oil, you are going to hang it with a thermometer and you will record them. So in this way, your one compound will be identified. In the end, when you will check the melting point, you will match it with the table of physical constants. There's a book in the library, which you can call it. That is called Book of Physical Constants, right? A book of physical constants for organic compounds, maybe, right? So you will match your findings with the melting points that are being given in that book, and you will see which compound it matches with your, right? Because no two organic compounds have the same melting point. This is the number one step to find out the identification of any organic compound. Every organic compound has its own melting point, right? Till you make the derivatives. Derivatives are also made in the end. If we'll have time, we'll make the derivatives also. Okay. So by covering all these four steps, you will be able to identify an unknown organic compound. But now for you people, next time when you will come, I will hand over you a known organic compound, so that you will be knowing the name. If, for example, I give you benzoic acid, you can Google it. You will just write down on the Google benzoic acid. Everything, detail will come under that heading. What is the name of the, IUPAC name of that compound? What is the molecular formula of that compound? What is the molecular structure of that compound? What is the structural formula of that compound? What physical properties it holds? I mean, you know each and everything when you know the name only. If you just write down, this is the same thing I told them to my morning students, that if you just write down my name, Dr. Moina Mughal, on Google, आपको मेरे बारे में सारी details you are going to get. कि मैंने अब तक कौन-कौन से गुल खिलाए, वो सब आ जाएंगे उसमें लिखे हुए. In the same sense, आप लोग जब अपने नाम लिखोगे, आप भी अपने आप को, you just check yourself. कि भाई अपने नाम लिख के let's see हमारे बारे में क्या Google जानता है, what does Google knows about us, right? तो वो सब कुछ उसमें आ जाएगा, right? अभी आप you are very small, you are very immature. अभी आपकी कोई you have no contributions कि आपका कुछ वहाँ पे आए. Maybe किसी का कुछ ना कुछ अच्छी बात आ जाए वहाँ पे. अगर आपने कोई अच्छे काम किए होंगे, definitely it will come. बुरे भी किए होंगे तो भी आ जाएगा. So Google knows everything. Whatever you search for, everything comes, right? And you people are smart kids, you know how to delete the history, right? हमें तो आज तक पता नहीं था. I learned from my daughter how you are going to check my activity on Google. So I never knew how to check the activity on the Google. Look at my age, look at my experience. आप कितने साल के? I think आप 22, 23 years के होंगे. And I have been teaching in this institute since last 26 years. So आप सोचें कि आपकी पैदा होने से भी पहले से मैं पढ़ा रही हूँ यहाँ पे. So I never knew how to check my activity on Google. So my daughter told me this is how you can check your activity on the Google. What you ever searched for will come over there. So this is how you are going to know about the nature of your organic compound, right? कि आपका compound कौन सा आपको मिला है, उसका what physical properties it holds, what melting point it has, and what is the name of the organic compound given to us. And this way you will identify it. Then you will make the structure, you will record all the findings on the journal. Your journal is supposed to be with you. आप journal के बगैर नहीं आएंगे. You will not enter the lab without the journal, without scheme, and without wearing the apron. I'm repeating this thing again. And your latecomers here, please be careful. Latecomers will not be allowed after 10 minutes. The lab starts. Okay? So be careful. I hope you learned a lot today. आपको काफी कुछ समझ में आया होगा how you're going to work, and you are going to record everything, all the data you will be fulfilling there on the journal right away on the journal. No copying from the register to the journal. No wastage of time. And then you will come to me, and I will put a line, and I will put my signature over there that you have done this work. You have done till this work, and then next time when you will come, you will start from that, right? This is the way you are going to work. So that's why I'm saying, stressing over again and again, that bring your journal along with you, because you are going to do your work directly on the journal. Okay? I hope so. It's not a big deal. Journal to सब ले सकते हो, हमेशा लेते आए हो आप लोग. Now, if you have anything in your mind, you can ask me. I'm too tired to speak. Yes. If you have anything to ask, please feel free to ask from me. No problem. I'm here to answer you. Yeah. No? Yeah.
Journal practical?
Yeah, of course. Practical journal is available. Buy a standard practical chemistry journal. Try to buy that one because it has got more pages in it, and you will not have that botheration to fill up again with other papers or attach other extra papers into it. Or buy the one that has got a laces at one side, so that you can, if you want to add some pages into it, you can add the pages inside it. So that would be easier for you people, right? So buy a standard journal. Don't buy a thin ones. There are thin ones that are available that are very narrow. Don't buy those. Buy a broader journal, a broader one, and a bit bigger one, so that you can easily work in it without any, hesitation. Anything else? It's over? You are clear? Did you got my points?
Yes.
Did you know now how I'm going to evaluate your marks?
Yes.
Do you know now one thing, that how daily performance is important?
Yes.
If you will miss your chance, you have one chance in the week. That means the whole week you have a big zero. You will be left with 1 0 only, right? So it will all go against you. So don't try to be in the lab, in the organic chemistry lab. Try to attend this lab. Okay, that would be beneficial for you because you are going to learn many things. I hope so, which you have never learned before. काफी चीजें आपको ऐसी पता लगेंगी जो आपको maybe other teachers maybe have missed. So I will try to convey you everything. And next time when you will come, you will put your bags or everything inside these cupboards. These are the cupboards, right? These are for putting all these bags and extra things and whatever extra is there. Only your syllabus, your scheme, your register, your journal, and yourself. You are supposed to be there. That's it. Clean desks. Nothing, no mess over the desks. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.